Gospel of Judas. This is the secret message of judgment that Jesus spoke with Judas Iscariot over a period of 8 days, 3 days before he celebrated Passover. When Jesus appeared on earth, he performed signs and great wonders for the salvation of humanity. Since some walked in the way of righteousness, while others walked in their transgressions, the 12 disciples were called. He began to tell them about the mysteries beyond the world and what would happen at the end. Often he did not appear to his disciples as himself, but he was found in their midst as a child. One day, when he was with his disciples in Judea, he found them sitting together, practicing their piety. When he approached his disciples sitting together in pious observance, praying over the bread, he laughed. The disciples said to him, "Master, why are you laughing at our prayer? What have we done? This is what is right." He answered and said to them, "I am not laughing at you. You are not doing this out of your own will, but because through this your God will be praised." They said, "Master, you are the Son of our God." Jesus said to them, "How do you know me? Truly I say to you, no generation of the people that are among you will know me." Disciples heard this. They started to get angry and furious and began to curse him in their hearts. But when Jesus noticed their ignorance, he said to them, "Why are you letting your anger trouble you? Has your God within you and his stars become angry with your souls? If any of you is strong enough among humans to bring out the perfect humanity, stand up and face me." All of them said, "We are strong enough." But none of their spirits were brave enough to stand before him, except for Judas Iscariot. He was able to stand before him, but could not look him in the eye, and he turned his face away. Judas said to him, "I know who you are and where you have come from. You are from the immortal realm of Barbello, and I am not worthy to utter the name of the one who has sent you." Then Jesus, knowing that he was reflecting upon something exalted, said to him, "Come away from the others, and I will tell you the mysteries of the kingdom. Not so that you will go there, for you will grieve much. But someone else will replace you to complete the 12 disciples before their God." Judas said to him, "When will you tell me these things? And when will the great day of light dawn for the generation?" But when he said this, Jesus left him. The next morning, he appeared to his disciples, and they said to him, "Master, where did you go, and what did you do when you left us?" Jesus said to them, "I went to another great and holy generation." His disciples said to him, "Lord, what great generation is better and holier than us, that is not within these realms?" Now when Jesus heard this, he laughed. He said to them, "Why are you wondering in your hearts about the strong and holy generation? Truly I say to you, no one born of this realm will see that generation. No army of angels from the stars will rule over it, and no person of mortal birth will be able to join it, because that generation doesn't come from which has become the generation of people among them is from the generation of the great people the powerful authorities, nor the powers to those by which you rule. When his disciples heard this, they each were troubled in their spirits. They could not say a thing. Another day Jesus came up to them. They said to him, "Master, we have seen you in a dream, and we have had great visions last night." But Jesus said, "Why have you hidden yourselves?" And they said, "We saw a great house with a great altar in it, and 12 people. We'd say they are priests, and a name." And a crowd of people was waiting at the altar until the priests finished receiving the offerings. We kept waiting too. Jesus asked, "What were they like?" They said, "Some fast for 2 weeks, others sacrifice their own children, others their wives, praising and humbling themselves among each other. Others sleep with men, others murder, yet others commit many sins and criminal acts. And the people standing before that altar invoke your name. And in all their sacrificing they fill the altar with their offerings." When they said this, they fell silent, because they were troubled. Jesus said to them, "Why are you troubled? Truly I say to you, all of the priests standing before that altar invoke my name. And again I say to you, my name has been written on this house at the generations of the stars by the human generations. And they have shamefully planted fruitless trees in my name." Jesus said to them, "You are the ones receiving the offerings on the altar you've seen. That is the God you serve. And you are the 12 you have seen. And the animals you saw brought in to be sacrificed are the crowd you lead astray before that altar. Your minister will stand up and use my name like that, and the generations of the pious will be loyal to him. After him, another person will present those who sleep around, and another those who murder children, and another those who sleep with men, those who fast, and rest of impurity, crime, and error, and those who say we are equal to the angels. They are the stars that finish everything. It has been said to the human generations, 'Look, God has accepted your sacrifice from the hands of priests,' that is, the minister of error. But the Lord who commands is the Lord over everything. On the last day, they will be found guilty." Jesus said to them, "Stop sacrificing animals. You have offered them over the altar, over your stars with your angels, where they've already been completed. So let them become with you, and let them become clear." His disciples said to him, "Cleanse us from our sins that we have committed through the deceit of the angels." Jesus said to them, "It is not possible, nor can a fountain quench the fire of the entire inhabited world, nor can a city's well satisfy all the generations, except the great stable one. A single lamp won't illuminate all the realms, except the second generation, nor can a baker feed all creation under heaven." And when the disciples heard these things, they said to him, "Master, help us and save us." Jesus said to them, "Stop struggling against me. Each one of you has his own star, and of the stars will what belongs to it. I was not sent to the corruptible generation, but to the strong and incorruptible generation, because no enemy has ruled over that generation, nor any of the stars. Truly I say to you, the pillar of fire will fall quickly, and that generation won't be moved by the stars." And when Jesus said these things, he left, taking Judas Iscariot with him. He said to him, "The water on the exalted mountain is from... It did not come to water of the well, of the tree of the fruit of this realm. After a time, but came to water over God's paradise and the enduring fruit, because it won't corrupt the generation's walk of life, but it will exist for all eternity." Judas said to him, "Tell me, what kind of fruit does this generation have?" Jesus said, "The souls of every human generation will die. However, when these people have completed the time in the kingdom and the Spirit leaves them, their bodies will die, but their souls will live, and they will be taken up." Judas said, "What will the rest of the human generations do?" Jesus said, "It is not possible to sow on rock and harvest its fruit. In the same way, it is not possible to sow on the defiled race along the perishable wisdom, and the hand which created mortal humans so that their souls may go up to the realms above. Truly I say to you, no ruler, angel, or power will be able to see the places that this great holy generation will see." When Jesus said this, he left. Judas said, "Master, just as you have listened to all of them, now listen to me too, because I have seen a great vision." But Jesus laughed when he heard this. He said to him, "Why are you all worked up, you 13th spirit? But speak up, for I shall bear with you." Judas said to him, "In the vision I saw myself. The 12 disciples are stoning me and chasing me, and I also came to the place where I had followed you. I saw a great house, and my eyes could not measure its size. Great people surrounded it, and the house had a roof of greenery. In the middle of the house was a crowd. 'Master, take me in with these people.' Jesus answered and said, 'Your star has led you astray, Judas. No person of mortal birth is worthy to enter the house you've seen, because that place is reserved for those who are holy. Neither the sun nor the moon will rule there, nor the day. But those who are holy will always stand in the realm with the holy angels. Look, I have told you the mysteries of the kingdom, and I have taught you about the error of the stars, and sent on high over the 12 realms." Judas said, "Master, surely my seed does not dominate the rulers, does it?" Jesus answered and said to him, "Come, let me tell you about the holy generation. Not so that you will go there, but you will grieve much when you see the kingdom and all its generation." When Judas heard this, he said to him, "What good has it done me that you've separated me from that generation?" Jesus answered and said, "You will become the 13th, and you will be cursed by the other generations and rule over them. In the last days they will to you, and you won't go up to the holy generation." Jesus said, "Come, and I will teach you about the mysteries that no human will see, because there exists a great and boundless realm whose horizons no angelic generation has seen, in which is a great invisible spirit which no angelic eye has ever seen, no heart has ever comprehended, and has never been called by any name. And a luminous cloud appeared there, and he, the Spirit, said, 'Let an angel come into being to attend me.' And a great angel, the self-begotten, the God of the light, emerged from the cloud. And because of him, another 4 angels came into being from another cloud, and they attended the angelic self-begotten. And said the self-begotten, 'Let a realm come into being.' And it came into being just as he said, and he created the first luminary to rule over it. And he said, 'Let angels come into being to serve it.' And myriads without number came into being. And he said, 'Let a luminous realm come into being.' And so it was. He created the second luminary to rule over it, along with myriads of angels without number to offer service. And this is how he created the rest of the realms of light. And he made them to be ruled, and created for them myriads of angels without number to assist them. And Adamus was in the first cloud of light that no angel could ever see among those called God. And Adamus begat Seth in that place, after the image of and after the likeness of this angel. He made the incorruptible generation of Seth appear to the 12 androgynous luminaries. And then he made 72 luminaries appear in the incorruptible generation according to the Spirit's will. Then the 72 luminaries themselves made 360 appear in the incorruptible generation according to the Spirit's will, so that there would be 5 for each. And the 12 realms of the 12 luminaries make up their Father, with 6 heavens for each realm, so there are 72 heavens for the 72 luminaries, and for each one of them 5 firmaments, for a total of 360. They were given authority, and a great army of angels without number, for honor and service. Now the crowd of those immortals is called cosmos, that is, perishable, by the Father and the 72 luminaries with the self-begotten and his 72 realms. That is where the first human appeared with his incorruptible powers. In the realm that appeared with his generation is the cloud of knowledge, and the angel who is called Elelith. After these things Elelith said, "Let the 12 angels come into being to rule over chaos and Hades." And look, from the cloud there appeared an angel, whose face flashed with fire, and whose likeness was defiled by blood. His name was Nibro, which means rebel. Others call him Yaldabaoth. And another angel, Sackless, came from the cloud too. So Nibro created 6 angels, and Sackless did 2, to be assistants. They brought out 12 angels in the heavens, with each of them receiving a portion in the heavens. And the 12 rulers spoke with the 12 angels, "Let each of you, and let them generation." 5 angels. The first is Yaoth, called the Good One. The second is Harmathoth, the Eye of Fire. The third is Galila. The fourth is Yobel. The fifth is Adonaios. These are the 5 who ruled over Hades, and are the first over chaos. Then Saklas said to his angels, "Let us create a human being after the likeness and image." And they fashioned Adam and his wife Eve, who in the cloud is called Life, because by this name all the generations seek him, and each of them calls her by their names. Now Saklas didn't command to give birth, except among the generations, which this. And the angel said to him, "Your life will last for a limited time with your children." Then Judas said to Jesus, "How long can a person live?" Jesus said, "Why are you amazed that the lifespans of Adam and his generation are limited in the place where he's received his kingdom with his ruler?" Judas said to Jesus, "Does the human spirit die?" Jesus said, This is how it is. God commanded Michael to loan spirits to the people so that they might serve. Then the Great One commanded Gabriel to give spirits to the great generation with no king, the spirit along with the soul. So the rest of the souls, light, the chaos, seek the spirit within you, which you've made to live in this flesh from the angelic generations. Then God caused knowledge to be brought to Adam and those with him, so that the kings of chaos and Hades might not rule over them. Then Judas said to Jesus, "So what will those generations do?" Jesus said, "Truly I say to you, the stars complete all these things. When Saklas completes the time span that has been determined for him, their first star will appear with the generations, and they will finish what's been said. Then they will sleep around in my name, murder their children, and they will cause the realms, bringing the generations and presenting them to Saklas, and after that will bring out the 12 tribes of Israel and the generations all will serve Saklas, sinning in my name, and your star will rule over the 13th realm." Then Jesus laughed. Judas said, "Master, why are you laughing at me?" Jesus answered and said, "I am not laughing at you, but at the error of the stars, because these 6 stars go astray with these 5 warriors, and they will all be destroyed along with their creations." Then Judas said to Jesus, "What will those do who have been baptized in your name?" Jesus said, "Truly I say to you, this baptism, which they've received in my name, will destroy the whole generation of the earthly. Tomorrow they will torture the one who bears me. Truly I say to you, no hand of a mortal human will fall upon me. Truly I say to you, Judas, those who offer sacrifices to Saklas, everything that is evil. But you will do more than all of them, because you will sacrifice the man who bears me. Your horn has already been raised, your anger has been kindled, your star has ascended, and your heart has strayed. Truly I say to you, your last and the thrones of the realm have been defeated. The kings have grown weak, the angelic generations have grieved, and the evil they sowed is destroyed, and the ruler is wiped out. And then the fruit of the great generation of Adam will be exalted, because before heaven, earth, and the angels, that generations from the realm exists. Look, you have been told everything. Lift up your eyes and see the cloud with the light in it, and the stars around it. And the star that leads the way is your star." Then Judas looked up and saw the luminous cloud, and he entered it. Those standing on the ground heard a voice from the cloud saying, see Jesus anymore. Immediately there was a disturbance among the Jews. More than their high priests grumbled, because they had gone to the guest room to pray. But some scribes were there watching closely so they could arrest him during his prayer, because they were afraid of the people, since they all regarded him as a prophet. And they approached Judas and said to him, "What are you doing here? Are you not Jesus' disciple?" Then he answered them as they wished. Then Judas received some money and handed him over to them.